Boom! What is up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about the recent import ban that the G7 nations is planning to announce against Russian gold. Now, considering Russia is one of the major global exporters of gold, we'll find out how much later in the video. This is, of course, good news for the yellow shiny stuff. And what's good news for gold is typically good news for silver, and what's good news for gold and silver is typically good news for precious metals stocks. So we'll talk about all of that over the course of this video. To kick it off, we will be reading over the CNBC article titled G7 Nations to Announce Import Ban on Russian Gold as Moscow Sanctions Widen. So we will read over some key points here, just a few short paragraphs, as well as Biden's tweet to obtain a general understanding on some of the specifics of this ban. And after we go over that, we will, of course, be diving into gold and silver spot prices on the charts, kicking it off with gold and then moving on to silver. And that will be the day. Okay, so you're going to want to stick around after the technical analysis on gold and silver, though, because at the very end of the video, we are going to be doing a sponsored review of our friends over at Gold Mining Inc., or ticker symbol GLDG, on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so we'll take a look at Gold Mining Inc.'s website, take a quick look at their investor presentation as well. And as always, you guys, we appreciate our sponsors. Keep the lights on over here. And it means a lot if you guys stick around and hear what they have to say. Okay, so that is the video, you guys. Before we get into it, please give the video a like if you go on to gain value from it today. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about gold and silver right now. If you think that this news is bullish for the shiny stuff, for those precious metals, for those time-tested inflation hedges. And let me know what your favorite gold and silver related stocks are in the comments as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. It's pretty unusual. It's fairly unusual, I should say, that we do cover gold and silver. But this news was definitely worth covering. I do think this will make an impact on the precious metals sector overall. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more about it with you guys. Let's do that right now. So key points as the leaders met in Munich, Germany for the latest G7 summit. U.S. President Joe Biden took to Twitter to confirm early reports of an imminent ban. Quote, "Together, the G7 will announce that we will ban the import of Russian gold, a major export that rakes in tens of billions of dollars for Russia," he said. The leaders of the G7 nations will announce a ban on Russian gold imports for Moscow's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. Don't want to get political, you guys, but just saw I think just the morning that this is being recorded, June 27th, these guys, Russia just bombed a mall. And I think like 1,000 Ukrainian citizens were present in that mall. That is insane. And I 100% will say, again, don't like getting political, but this is ridiculous, you guys. Like, I 100% support the decision to, ban Russia from as much economic activity on a global stage as possible, because that's disgusting. It's gross. Okay, so let's take a look at this tweet from President Biden. The United States has imposed unprecedented costs on Putin to deny him the revenue he needs to fund his war against Ukraine. Together, the G7 will announce that we will ban the import of Russian gold, a major export that rakes in tens of billions of dollars for Russia. The move would add to a series of punitive penalties imposed by the West on Russia since its onslaught on Ukraine began on February 24th. Tuesday announcement, the UK government on Sunday also confirmed the move to ban Russian gold imports, saying it would apply to a newly mined gold and refined gold, excluding gold that may have come from Russia but had already been exported. Russia is the world's second largest producer of gold, and this is where this really emphasizes the importance or the gravity of removing Russia from the international gold market, okay? Because they play such a large role. So again, they're the world's second largest producer of gold, according to the latest data from the World Gold Council, with around a 10% slice of the globe's output. So 10% of all the gold of all the globe that flows around the world is coming out of Russia. So ultimately, if you cut out an exporter of 10% of the world's gold, that this isn't directly, obviously, you get what I'm trying to say here. If you cut the exporter of 10% of the world's gold supply, then that makes gold 10% more scarce and 10% more rare. Okay, obviously gold, something with a relatively finite supply, similar to Bitcoin. Again, it's like burning 10% of all existing Bitcoin is kind of like freezing Russia's gold, because it makes the existing gold stockpiles around the world 10% more scarce, because you're just cutting off 10% of the pie, okay? So Reuters reports that its holdings of gold have tripled since it illegally annexed Crimea in 2014, and the commodity is an important asset for Russia's central bank, which is already operating under severely limited conditions. Good, as they should be. So, again, you guys, the more scarce an asset is, especially when it's a finite asset like gold, which is pretty much the value of it is completely based upon its scarcity metrics. So again, similar to Bitcoin. You guys know that Bitcoin is, I far prefer Bitcoin to gold just for the efficiency perspective, but gold is a time-tested, safe haven asset. It is a time-tested inflation hedge, and we are in a hot market of inflation. And right now, when there's so much just geopolitical turmoil, when there's talks of a recession coming, gold and silver have historically performed very well during recessionary periods. So that's just the cherry on top of this news right here. Okay, so let's take a look at gold and silver then. And then once again, hop into the sponsored review of our friends at Gold Mining. Okay, so gold right now is, looking pretty good. So just first off, we are going to be looking at both of these charts on daily candles, just because these are more macro assets. They don't move the fastest. They can move fast, as you've seen in the past, but typically they are a little slower moving, especially compared to the growth equities that we typically cover on the channel. So these things take a little more time when you're talking about these massive asset classes like gold and silver. Okay, so, and legacy, I should say. More legacy than massive. So legacy asset classes like gold and silver. Regardless, gold right now is in a very, very obvious uptrend, okay? So as you can see here, we'll just go back to March of 2020, okay? This is where we were pre-pandemic highs in March, in early March, February of 2020, right? Boom, sell-off. Since then, we have bounced back for gold to reach new all-time highs. First new all-time high in August of 2020. And then we saw a double top on that all-time high in March of 2022. So just a few months back, we saw an all-time high. I guess a near evenly matched all-time high, a solid double top right there, just under 2 years later, okay, or just a couple months ago at the time of recording. So what pattern are we printing? As of right now, it looks like we're printing a massive ascending triangle pattern. Okay, so you see the base, that double top, creating that pretty textbook ceiling for gold, along with a series of higher highs and higher lows on this current uptrend, creating that ascending pattern. Okay, so ascending triangle pattern, I do think, because we are currently at the time of recording sitting almost directly on top of the line of support, it only makes sense. Again, given everything that's happening from a macro perspective as well. Technicals matter, you guys, but fundamentals matter equally as much, if not more. And again, cutting the scarcity of the supply of gold obviously creates for a scarcer asset. Scarcity leads to ultimately leads to value, once again, especially when it comes to precious metals and commodities. So given the current the complete macroeconomic backdrop, okay, I do think gold is poised to head higher. We are bouncing off support right now. I think the upside potential for gold significantly outweighs the downside potential from a macro perspective. I think it's likely for gold to come up here and test this all-time high one more time, pretty much to resolve this ascending triangle. And hey, if we break above that, that's very bullish. Once something breaks a previous all-time high, you are in blue sky territory, and you're usually looking at more upside ahead. Okay. In terms of the short term, we do have this line of resistance right here in play, this yellow line. But again, I think at the very least, gold will come up to test this line of resistance over the coming weeks, and will probably break to the upside. My money's on the fact. I always know you guys, money's where my mouth is. Money's on the fact that I do think we'll see upside. So not going to talk about the gold and silver miners I'm playing specifically, but as always, you guys, if you do want to know how I'm trading on a day-to-day basis, complete portfolio along with my daily newsletters where I explain my trades every trading day, that's going to be the first link down in the description box below. $15 a month, $40 for every 3 months. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe. But yeah, if you want to know how I'm trading gold and silver along with everything else in my portfolio, that's the first link in the description box down below. Okay, so that is the yellow shiny stuff. Let's move on to the silver, the white shiny stuff, I guess. Light gray shiny stuff. So anyway, silver, similar story, but silver I do think has a lot more upside. For the same reasons I like Ether more than Bitcoin, from a long-term holder perspective and from a trading perspective, is because it usually sees just heightened levels of volatility from the base asset. So Ether to Bitcoin is what silver is to gold. Therefore, if gold goes, and this is just an example, you guys, if gold goes up 2x, silver can go up like 4x, okay? It usually trades in a multiple of gold, and similar to miners as well. So like silver to gold, silver and gold miners traded at multiples of silver and gold spot prices, kind of that same theory right there. But anyway, silver is also trading well above its pre-pandemic highs, and silver is printing what looks to be a massive bull flag. So these are kind of in the way right here, you guys. Sorry, I sent this out to the newsletter earlier. It doesn't really matter. So from a macro perspective, silver is printing a massive bull flag. So parabolic move up followed by a descending triangle. Unlike gold, silver has not retested its previous, its recent decade-wide all-time high, I should say. Okay, so the last high silver saw was in August of 2020. Same time gold saw its first all-time high, or recent all-time high, I should say. Okay, first of the double top. Anyway, silver saw a previous high back in 2020 of $30. But this is the reason I'm stumbling. That is not its all-time high. Silver's all-time high is around $60, and that happened back in 2011. So silver is still well. Silver could 2x from here and still be well below its previous all-time high set over a decade ago, which innately makes me bullish on silver. And I do think silver, in the case that gold starts to perform beautifully, silver, like gold performs pretty, silver will perform beautifully. So if gold's looking good, silver is looking great. And I do think silver, from a macro perspective, can ultimately make its way up to test the line of resistance on this descending triangle right here. We have a lot of support around this, the region we're at right now. Some macro support, got a strong historical floor for silver around here at this $21 level. So similar to gold, I think the upside is a lot more appealing. The upside potential is significantly outweighs the downside risk. Good old asymmetric risk profile right there. And I'm excited to see where silver goes. Okay, so that is silver and gold, you guys. Once again, let me know in the comments down below what you were thinking about the shiny metals, the precious shiny metals. And look forward to talking to you guys downstairs. Let's hop into Gold Mining Inc., or once again, ticker symbol GLDG. So Gold Mining Inc. is acquiring and advancing gold projects in the Americas. Moving on, featured video. This is actually just released on June 27th, the day I'm recording this. So you guys, go check out their website. All the links to do so will be down in the description box below as well, or just type in goldmining.com and you'll find yourself there. But I recommend you guys go watch this video. This is with Gold Mining CEO Alistair Still with good old Kitco News, the gold and silver kind of just major media publication, major media outlet, I should say. But good interview. Just finished watching it before I recorded this, so I recommend you guys go do the same. Latest news releases: Gold Mining Inc. discovers extension of its La Grucha target. I'm not even going to try to read those, butcher them. But June 23rd, it's always good to look at the consistency here, you guys. June 14th, just a couple of weeks apart, so they're consistently releasing good news. That's always something you want to see. And of course, you guys, just go check it out for yourself. Not going to look at the management team right now, but as always, you guys, go look at the management team. From what I've seen, this is a competent team, a lot of years of experience, of cumulative experience, and again, never just bet on the horse, always bet on the jockey as well. Okay, so that's that, you guys. Let's take a look at their investor presentation, and then we'll call it a day. So gold mining, a unique combination of sizable resources and balance sheet strength. Multi-million ounce gold equivalent resource portfolio of large, highly prospective gold and copper projects located in mining-friendly jurisdictions in the Americas. U.S. Gold Mining, a new separate public company focused on advancing the Whistler Gold Copper Project located in Alaska, USA. Dedicated team and board of directors providing non-dilutive value to Gold Mining Inc. Gold Royalty Corp. U.S. $90 million IPO built upon the strength of gold mining's assets, cash flow of $810,000 per year from GROY dividends, $106 million in cash and equity holdings, strong financial platform, sufficient funds to maintain an advanced portfolio, $20 million BMO facility, 20 million GROY shares at $375 each, and 9.1 mil in Canadian dollars in cash on hand. Primed for growth, dual-pronged approach, advance the existing gold mining portfolio, including pursuing partnerships and JVs, continue to evaluate accretive acquisition opportunities, evaluating spin-outs and disposition opportunities, including rare uranium project. If you guys have been following uranium hot. Okay, uranium, hot commodity right now. So right here, gold mining assets, you can see here that commodity exposure is predominantly gold, which is good. And these are all their locations here. You guys can pause that if you want to take a look at it, but plenty of locations across the Americas. And this is where we'll close it out, you guys. Gold mining, executing a strategy to unlock value. Significant recent advancements. 1, creation of gold royalty, crystallizing over $100 million in value. 2, updated mineral resource estimates on over 75% of gold mining's global resources. 3, strengthened technical team with decades of experience to advance portfolio. 4, recent positive PEA results from La Mina, highlighting an after-tax NVP of $231 million, drilling ongoing to expand resource base. 5, creation of U.S. gold mining to advance and unlock value of multi-million ounce Whistler project in Alaska. And lastly, 6, other project advancement catalysts and corporative initiates to come. So stay tuned, you guys. Again, check out goldmininginc.com to stay up to date on all of this. Once again, we appreciate our sponsors, so please show them some love. Go check them out. And of course, as always, especially for the sponsored videos, you guys, do your own research. I don't know if this is for you. That is ultimately for you to decide. But again, we appreciate our sponsors. And yeah, we'll call that one a day. So have a great day, you guys. I'll catch you guys next time. And until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.